Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve. Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke. The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
A very busy Variety Wednesday with two shows, well actually three, Amos and Andy, and Tallulah Bankhead's Big Show, and we'll wrap it all up with Claudia. That's all coming up on this Wednesday. This is the 22nd day of April, 112th day of the year, 253 days remaining in 2026. Congress passed the Coinage Act on this date in 1864, which mandated the inscription "In God We Trust" be placed on all coins minted as U.S. currency. In 1876, the Boston Red Stockings defeated the Philadelphia Athletics 6-5 in the first National League baseball game. At high noon on this date in 1889, thousands rushed to claim land in the Land Run of 1889. Within hours, the cities of Oklahoma City and Guthrie are formed, with populations of at least 10,000. The Voice of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, Pravda, began publications in St. Petersburg on this date in 1912. The United Kingdom, Japan, and the U.S. signed the London Naval Treaty on this date in 1930, regulating submarine warfare and limiting shipbuilding. In 1945, after learning the Soviet forces had taken Eberswald without a fight, Adolf Hitler admitted defeat in his underground bunker and stated suicide was his only recourse. The first televised atomic bomb test took place on this date at the Nevada test site near Las Vegas on this date in 1952.
18, 19, 20. 21 and there it is, that brilliant flash, that white light that precedes the explosion of the atomic bomb number 17. 40 miles away, a brilliant white flash, almost blinding with those rocket trails coming out of it.
We had a report from the telephone company that fed the picture from Los Angeles to where we brought it, all the way across the country. That reception was perfect all the way through, and we're delighted about it, of course.
The Nevada test site is just 163 miles south-southwest from Ely, and there are many people here who were affected by the results of those nuclear tests. They are called downwinders, and they are still suffering the after effects to this date. It was on this date in 1954 the Army McCarthy hearings began.
The average American can do very little insofar as digging communist espionage agents out of our government is concerned. They must depend upon those of us whom they send down here to man the watchtowers of the nation.
I'll say this, McCarthy was on the right track, but he was way more reckless than he should have been. And if that happened today, he probably would have been litigated out of his shorts. The 1964-65 New York World's Fair opened for its first season on this date, of course, in 1964. President Johnson spoke at the fair, speaking words of peace and unity.
I prophesy peace is not only possible in our generation. I predict that it is coming much earlier. And if I am right, then at the next World's Fair, people will see and America as different from today as we are different from 1939.
The president speaking about civil rights, not knowing that demonstrators were protesting just outside the arena where he was speaking. It was on this date in 1970 the first Earth Day celebrated. At a celebration 20 years later, Tom Cruise spoke out about the environment.
If we make the environment sick, it's going to make us sick. Our future is our children's future. Our children's children's future. They're crying out. We cannot let them down.
Is America perfect when it comes to our treatment of the environment? No, but it's better than a lot of worlds. We're doing our part. The event on the West Lawn of the Capitol featured other celebrities, including John Denver. The Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington dedicated on this date in 1993. In 1998, Disney's Animal Kingdom opened at Walt Disney World near Orlando. In a pre-dawn raid, federal agents seized 6-year-old Elian Gonzalez from his relative's home in Miami. Elian's cousin, Marilasis Gonzalez, had been acting as a surrogate mother to the boy. She was outraged by the raid.
They banged on the door, they broke everything in, they came in with guns, and Elian saw all of this.
Attorney General Janet Reno said the government tried to get the family to voluntarily give up custody and defended the decision to bring in armed agents.
We had received information that there were guns, perhaps in the crowd, perhaps in the house. It was unclear, but that the safety of all involved was paramount.
Elian was returned to Cuba, where he remains to this date and has become a good Communist Party member. On this date in 2008, the Air Force retired the remaining F-117 Nighthawk aircraft that were in service. Passing away on this date in history, President Nixon.
The American people will find in their history books in the future that Richard Nixon was the finest foreign policy president in this century.
The man appointed as President Nixon's vice president, who would then be ascend to the presidency following the resignation of Richard Nixon, Gerald R. Ford. Richard Nixon passing away on this date in 1994. Also passing on this date, British auto manufacturer Henry Royce, actor Will Geer, Father Hines, the wonderful jazz pianist, photographer Ansel Adams, actor Albert Salami, humorist Irma Bombeck, Pat Tillman, the football player and Army Ranger who was killed in action, also singer-songwriter Paul Davis, singer-songwriter Richie Havens, Joni from Happy Days, Aaron Moran, ice hockey player Guy Lafleur, and from Dancing with the Stars, ballroom dancer and host, or actually judge, I guess, Len Goodman, all passing on this date in history. Birthdays on this date include, those who are no longer with us, include a legend, Glenn Campbell.
How would you like to be remembered?
Just for what I am. I'm Glenn Campbell, and I believe in God, and I believe in other people like the way you want to be treated, and to help others less fortunate. Music is really incredible. It's something it's a gift. And I try to do that. And wow, I'm thankful.
It's knowing that your door's always open and your path is through the wall. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch.
Audio courtesy of USA Today. Alzheimer's. It's a horrible thing, especially for somebody who made their living the way someone like Glenn Campbell did. The way a lot of the great people who have been taken and had their minds taken by Alzheimer's. Anybody who has had to suffer through Alzheimer's, God love you. We pray for you. Glenn Campbell, born on this date back in 1936. We lost him 9 years ago at the age of 81. Also born on this date in history, who are no longer with us, include Aaron Spelling, the television producer, actor Eddie Albert, actress Charlotte Rae, and model Betty Page. They were all born on this date in history. They are now performing on an entirely different stage.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
He got an Academy Award nomination for A Few Good Men. Jack Nicholson, 89 today.
I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it.
From From A Few Good Men, Jack Nicholson, 89 today. Singer Mel Carter, Hold Me, Kiss Me, Thrill Me, 87 years old today. Peter Frampton Comes Alive, 76. From The Last Starfighter and Night of the Comet, Kathryn Mary Stewart, if I can get the words in the right order, 67 years old. From Whose Line Is It Anyway in the Drew Carey Show, Ryan Stiles, 67. Sherry Shepherd, actress, comedian, 59 today. Filipina singer, Asia Songbird, Regina Velasquez is 56, and from Pineapple Express, Justice League, and Aquaman, Amber Heard is 40. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 22nd day of April as their birthday. If this is your birthday,
we baked you a birthday cake. If you get a tummy ache and you moan and groan and woe, don't forget we told you so. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Make a wish, dear, and blow out the candles.
Here they go.
quick word about Professor B's digestive aid, the same formula used on cancer patients with miraculous results. Say goodbye to digestibles with the traditional 2-ingredient formula that brings natural history back relief to your system. If you have gut issues, check out Professor B's Digestive Aid. You can find the link in the show notes and the link at classicradio.stream. It is Professor B's Digestive Aid, profbees.com, profbees.com. If you get there, you like what you see, use my promo code Wyatt. Then you will save 10%, and in the process, you support the podcast. Make it very, very simple. Discover Professor B's Digestive Aid, an all-natural blend for gentle digestive support. profbees.com, profbees.com, promo code Wyatt. Coming up next, we'll have a head up and see what's going on with Freeman Gosden and Charles Correll as Amos and Andy.
A wise farmer knows that he must get his livestock under cover to protect them from radioactive fallout. An attack may never come, but it's wise to prepare now.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, let's check in with Freeman Gosden and Charles Correll, Amos and Andy. You have no idea how many goofballs complain about this show because it's not politically correct. Folks, this is old radio. This is stuff that reflects a time different than today. And yet, you know, if you took the situations and stripped out the fact that these were alleged black people, you would not think a thing about complaining about it if it was not Amos and Andy, but Fred and Jack, and they were two white folk. Seriously. We go back 75 years, April 22nd, 1951.
Andy, you know what that music say?
Yes, sir, Amos. That music say, good health to all from Rexall.
The Amos and Andy Show with Ernestine Wade, Lou Lubin, Johnny Lee, Amanda Randolph, Will Wright, Shirley Mitchell, Vince Townsend, Jeff Alexander's music, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Amos. You know, I wish I could take all of you with me on a tour of Rexall's big laboratories. There you would see for yourself how Rexall scientists check and recheck, test and retest the drug products that bear the name Rexall. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, then you would know, as I do, you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
The Kingfish got a rather startling bit of news this week. When he got home from the lodge hall the other night, his wife Sapphire informed him that she was leaving to spend 3 weeks with her married sister in Chicago.
Now listen, honey, you can't go away like this and leave me all alone. You can't run off to Chicago and desert me. You can't desert your poor, poor husband.
Well, all right, George. If you feel that way, I won't go.
Holy mackerel, I overdid it, George.
What did you say?
I mean, just thinking of you, honey, the trip is going to do you good. I know that, yeah.
Well, George, while I'm gone, is you going to write to me?
Well, I don't think I'll have to this trip, honey. I got $12. That ought to tide me over all right.
You got about as much love and affection in you as a dried apricot.
Well, now listen, you got to face it. After 20 years of marriage, the love light is working on a weaker battery. But don't get me wrong, honey. I really gonna miss you here by myself.
Well, George, while I'm gone, you ain't gonna be completely alone.
Just how incompletely alone is I gonna be?
George, while I'm gone, I've asked my mother to come over here and stay with you. Now, I'm going in and pack.
Holy smokes, you leaving and your mama coming. That's like trading Dracula for Frankenstein.
What did you say?
I said, to be frank with you, honey, I hope you have a nice time.
Now, see here, George, whether you like it or not, Mama is going to stay here. And while Mama is here, I want you to show her all the respect that she deserves.
Well, if it does that, she's going to hit me in the face.
George, I'm warning you. I had a long talk with Mama this morning. She's a dear, sweet woman, always kind and considerate. And while she's here, she's determined to win your love and affection if she has to flatten out that head of yours to do it.
Yes, and I'm going to be spending more time here at the Lodge Hall now that the invasion has done started.
Yeah, well, that is something. Your mama-in-law coming to stay with you while Sapphire's in Chicago. You know, Kingfish, I never believed none of them mother-in-law jokes till I got a load of her.
Yeah, really something having her cook the food for me and then sitting down at the table opposite her.
Pretty bad, huh?
Well, last night for supper, she done stewed a flounder for 4 hours. And when she brung it to the table, that dead fish looked more appetizing than she did.
It's got a better shape to start with.
Listen, Anna, I tell you, I just got to find some way to get rid of that old gal.
Well, you has been pretty successful when it comes to relative vacation in the past.
Well, I've been pretty successful with my brother-in-law, Leroy. When he arrives, I usually give him a pretty strong hint that he ain't welcome.
Well, how you do that, Kingfish?
Well, when he comes to the door, I reaches out and extends the hand of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's shaking this hand like this, I let him have a rabbit punch behind the ear with the other hand. And then without further ceremony, I flips him down the front stairs. By the time he hits the pavement, why, his visit is over, you see that?
That don't sound like the technique to use on your mother-in-law. You ain't gonna get far trying to jiu-jitsu no 400-pound walrus, I'll tell you that.
Of course, I was just thinking I might try the medical technique that, like I done with Sapphire's Aunt Minerva last Christmas. She the one with the big appetite, you know.
Oh, medical technique, huh? What was that, Kingfish?
Well, when Minerva come in the living room with a suitcase, I threw a 20-minute fit. But it didn't work. When I come to, she would barricaded herself in the bedroom with a half a chicken, you see. She was
Well, there again, your mom-in-law don't look like the type that's going to be scared off by no fits.
You know, Andy, here, I think the only thing to do is to try a different approach than I ever used before. I'm just thinking here.
Yeah.
This time while Sapphire's in Chicago, I'm going to try to be sweet and kind to the old lady. And instead of trying to get out, maybe we can get along together nice, you know.
Yeah, sweetness and kindness. It might work. I think I read someplace that Clyde Beatty used that system when he was trying to work a new rhinoceros into his act.
Well, get on into the apartment here and try the sweetness approach on the old gal. Yeah?
Who's that?
Good evening, mother-in-law, dear. May I say that you was looking perfectly sweet and charming this fine evening?
George Stevens, how dare you come home in this condition, you bum!
Now, wait a minute, mother-in-law, dear. I ain't in no condition. You know I was a teetotalitarian. I was fond of you, mother-in-law, dear.
Ha! You is up to something. Sapphire's father started talking that way once, and I woke up that night and caught him trying to drive a spike through the top of my head.
Well, now, wait a minute, mother-in-law, dear.
Wait a minute, nothing. Oh, what's this on your shoulder here? A long hair.
But mother.
And don't you try to tell me that it come from that bald-head noggin of yours.
Now, look, Mama, that's a horsehair from the pattern of my coat. And anyway, I wouldn't start chasing after women at my age.
Your age is when they get dangerous. You know, bosses is always trying to kick up your heels before rheumatism sets in.
Now, look, Mother, we're going to be here together for 3 weeks. Couldn't we just try this once to get along together? Because I know that we both have respect for one another feeling, why we can work this thing out.
Ah, shut up! You can get your own supper. And don't you forget I'm keeping my eye on you.
Some mother-in-law, that is. I see better mothers in the bottom of a vinegar bottle. Well, 6 o'clock in the morning, but I done made my bed. Now I'll get my breakfast before old Volcano Mouth gets up. Well, let me get the newspaper from the hall first. Now, where's that paper? In the hall there someplace. Uh-oh. The door done closed. It's locked. I done left my keys on the dresser. Now I'm gonna have to run around and climb up the fire escape and crawl in the bedroom window. Now, let me get in the open window here. Open it up. Now I'll get in the bedroom here. Then I'll just go in.
George Stevens, what do you mean by sneaking in this house at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I was
Now, just don't give me that old story about just going out to get the newspaper. Your bed ain't even been slept in.
Well, I was. The thing is, you see, I was.
Hello, Sapphire. I just have to call you up long distance. Something important has come up.
What is it, Mother?
That overripe Casanova is up to his old tricks. I found a woman's hair on his coat, and at 6 o'clock this morning, I caught him sneaking in the house.
Oh, Mom.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing, Sapphire. If that old Ferdinand is going to start sniffing flowers, he's going to end up with lilies on his chest.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist speaking to you for the 10,000 independent druggists who have made the word Rexall part of our own store names and who recommend and sell the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. Rexall MI31 is a good example. Used full strength, this all-round mouthwash, gargle, and breath deodorant kills contacted germs in a matter of seconds. Yet it will not harm delicate mouth and throat membranes. Ask for Rexall MI31 at any Rexall drugstore.
Yes, that's why I come down here to see you, Lawyer Thompson. My daughter Sapphire's in Chicago, and I want something done about that no-good son-in-law of mine.
Well, I don't know what he's done, but we'll throw him in jail and start from there.
Ah, that's the spirit. Can't we get him on the charge we used when he first married my daughter 22 years ago?
No, I'm afraid he's a little too old now for charges of juvenile delinquency.
Oh. Well, maybe we could commit him to the home for the aged and feeble again.
No, I'm afraid he enjoyed that too much the last time. But I don't know about these suspicions of yours about him running after women. I'm afraid if we made those charges and then put Stevens on the stand, they'd laugh us out of court.
Well, I'm going to keep my eyes on him, and I'll get the goods on him yet. And in the meantime, if you think of anything nasty we can do to him, let me know.
Hey, Kingfish, I was surprised to see you down here at the lodge this early. By the way, how you coming along with the sweetness and light approach on your mama-in-law?
Well, I tell you, and using sweetness and light on that old gal is like pouring Chanel No. 5 on a goat. No matter how much you pour on, the animal is always one step ahead of you.
Yeah, well, where is the charming creature at the present time?
Well, I don't know, Andy. She got up and went out early this morning. Left the dishes in the sink, the bed's unmade. Didn't speak to me all day yesterday. Oh, she done gone to Brooklyn, all right. That's what she done going. She done going back home.
Well, that's a good break, getting rid of the old Spitfire. But tell me this, who gonna do the housekeeping for you?
Yeah, well, that's what's been bothering me, Andy. I ain't a domestic type, you know. 2 more meals and I'll run out of clean dishes.
Hey, I was just thinking here, Kingfish. You know, maybe my gal could kind of go up there and straighten out the mess.
You mean that she'd do it for nothing?
Well, I'd have to give her a little extra smooching. But I guess I can bear up under that. Give me the phone here. I'll call her up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, she'll be glad to do it for me. We is practical engaged.
Oh, you engaged to her, huh? That's good news.
Hello?
Hello. How is the sweet Mona Lisa, 8th Avenue this morning?
Oh, I was fine, Andy. And how's my big old honey bear?
Well, your big old honey bear is just fine.
Listen, Andy, cut out the mush and tell her about the mop, will you?
Can your little honey bear ask you something personal?
Of course, Andy.
Well, look here. A friend of mine needs somebody to kind of straighten out his apartment. I wonder if you could do it for me, sweet baby, honey lamb, sweet patootie.
Andy, you is but to command and I'll obey.
Ha! Ha! Oh, boy. Well, he lives in that big apartment house up on 138th Street, apartment 3A. He left the door open.
Oh, well, I'll be glad to do it, Andy. I'll get up there right away.
Oh, I knowed you'd do this for me, honey. After all we has meant to each other. Heart of my heart. Farewell.
Well, she gonna fix up my apartment now. That's nice of her, Andy. By the way, what's your gal's name?
I don't know. I only met her last night. Hey, you want to shoot another game of pool, Kingfish?
No, Andy. I think I'll go on home. Your gal probably got my apartment all cleaned up by now.
Yeah, well, if she's still there when you get there, remember to find out what her name is for me, will you?
Yes, hey, look who coming in the pool hall here. Shorty the barber. Shorty, what you doing in here?
I come down to, I'm looking for, I had to stop in and see. I came over to, I must have came down here for something.
A very well taken point there, Shorty.
Yeah, say, you come in here all excited, Shorty. Something must be up.
Oh, yeah, Kingfish. I just ran into your mother-in-law on the street.
Well, now, wait a minute, Shorty. Now, just a minute.
Mm.
My mother-in-law is back in Brooklyn. How you know it was my mother-in-law?
Well, I said hello to her, and she hit me across the face.
Yeah, that's her, all right. You got her.
Listen, Kingfish, what would your mother-in-law be doing back here, Kingfish?
Well, I guess maybe she just didn't go back to Brooklyn after all.
Wow.
Maybe she just got up early and she probably went up to the house. To the house? Holy smokes, Andy. When she runs into that gal friend of yours, what is she going to think? Oh, I tell you, Andy, there's going to be blood on the carpet tonight, boy.
Holy mackerel, you was right, Kingfish. When that old war horse find that gal up there, she gonna give a coming-out party for your brains.
I don't know what it's all about, fellas, but Kingfish, if you hurry, maybe you can beat your mother-in-law back to the apartment.
Yeah, that's right, Kingfish. Then you can get the gal out of there, see?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Shorty, I noticed the car out in front. That's your car. I'll take it and I'll drive as fast as I can.
Well, fine, Kingfish, but there's only one thing. You see, the thing, what you got to do is...
Now, listen, Shorty, I can't wait. I'll go on.
Say, Shorty, What is that you was trying to tell the Kingfish?
Well, I just wanted to say that I thought he ought to, he should know that you can, when I get, no gas.
Well, here's the apartment. I hope I got you before my mother-in-law did. Open up. Are you in there? Open up.
Yes, what is it?
Look, I'm, Mr. Stevens, the thing,
Mr. Stevens isn't here.
I know he ain't here.
Well, then why's you asking for him?
Look, I'm Mr. Stevens.
Oh, you poor old man.
Look, sweet patootie, you got to get out of here. My mother-in-law's on the way up here. If she finds you here, she'll never understand.
Well, I can explain to her what I'm doing here.
Now listen, that sweater you were wearing would counteract any explanation you can give. Now come on.
But Mr. Stevens...
Come on, hurry up. Come on, down the steps.
Oh, there's someone coming up.
Listen, old lady, don't block the stairs. I'm trying to get this gal out before my mother-in-law sees her.
George Stevens?
Mother-in-law!
What's the meaning of this?
Mother-in-law, dear, I'd like to present you with my long-lost sister from Australia, Sweet Patootie.
Now, here's your Rexall family druggist.
It's still amazing and welcome news all over the country. Yes, friends, I'm talking about the quicker, better, more complete relief from cold symptoms that you get from Rexall's marvelous new product called Anapac. And here's why. Anapac combines a well-known antihistamine with the time-tested APC formula of aspirin, phenacetin, and caffeine. In this way, Anapac gives you not only the antihistamine effect of prompt relief from cold symptoms, but also relief from the muscular soreness, headaches, and fever that usually accompany a cold. And here's more good news. The drowsiness sometimes resulting from the use of antihistamine should seldom be encountered in this formula. Follow the recommended dosage and instructions on the label carefully, unless directed otherwise by your physician. Remember, for better all-round relief from cold symptoms, ask for Anapac. That's A-N-A-P-A-C, Anapac, the exciting new Rexall drug product available now at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
Well, Andy, that's terrible. The Kingfisher's mother-in-law misunderstanding a situation like that. I can't get over it, you know it?
Yeah, that's something, all right.
Yeah, I guess this ain't gonna sound good when Sapphire gets word of it out in Chicago, neither.
Well, I tell you something, Amos. This time, the old Kingfisher's a man of action. He ain't gonna give her no chance. He done hauled his mama-in-law into domestic relations court.
No fooling. You mean to say the Kingfish done took his mother-in-law to the domestic relations?
He sure did. He said that she has always come between him and his wife. And him and his lawyer Calhoun is down in Judge Quigley's chamber right now. He's trying to get a court order to have his mama-in-law stop interfering. And then he's going to sue her for $10,000 if she don't.
$10,000, huh?
Yes, sir. He's going to sue her for alienating his wife's affliction.
Let me at him. I'll scratch his eyes out.
You let go of me. Help.
I'll fix you. I'll fix you.
Your Honor, would you order this woman to stop hitting my client in the face?
Your Honor, this man belongs behind bars.
Let me at him.
Order, please. Let us have a little order. I asked you to come here to my chambers to see if we could work out a peaceful solution. I don't think we're getting off to too good a start. Now, which one of you is counsel for Mr. Stevens?
I am, Your Honor. Algonquin J. Calhoun. And my poor client here, Innocent Stevens, is bringing the charges against his mother-in-law, trying to get her to refrain from interfering with his domestic affairs.
Yeah, so that's all I want to do, Your Honor.
Well, that's a legitimate request, if there are grounds for it.
Grounds for it? Your Honor, this woman has caused my client undue mental anguish. She has broken his heart, damaged his reputation, injured his pride, and dealt a mortal blow to his soul. Your Honor, this is a nasty old walrus.
That's telling him, Calhoun.
Your Honor, don't you listen to this little shrimp. I done caught this old goat here red-handed with a young hussy. What explanation has he got to that?
Well, according to his deposition here, Mr. Stevens claims that this young girl was merely tidying up his apartment in the absence of his wife.
Your Honor, I object. That is a deliberate attempt to cast aspersions on my client's character. If she's gonna I demand that in the future she keep that sneer out of it.
Mrs. Smith, you will kindly control your comments.
Yeah, and while we're at it, would you have her stop jabbing me in the back with her umbrella? I feel that it's against the best interest of my spine.
Your Honor, if anyone should be brought before this domestic relations court, it's this man, George Stevens. Why, this man has never supported his wife in 22 years of marriage. He's accepted money from his mother-in-law. She has supported them, paid their rent, bought their clothes, and he has never made any attempt to get a job in all this time.
I object, Your Honor. The fact that my client is a bum has nothing to do with the question.
That's telling him, Calhoun.
It appears to me that the question here has nothing to do with Mr. Stevens' unemployment or his past record as a husband. That should be brought up at another time. The question is Mrs. Smith deliberately and maliciously attempting to come between husband and wife?
Your Honor, I never done a malicious thing in my life.
Oh, yeah, you is. How about the time I had pneumonia and you tried to puncture a hole in my oxygen tent? How about that?
Your Honor, this woman has caused trouble. Your Honor, this is a mean old lady.
Don't you talk that way about me, you little weasel.
Here. We'll have no more of this. Mr. Stevens, you claim this young woman was merely cleaning your apartment. Now, I think the whole crux of this thing is the truth of that statement.
Your Honor, we have depositions here from two witnesses, Andrew H. Brown and Montmorency R. Lewis, better known as Shorty the Barber, stating that she was there for that purpose and that purpose only.
Yes, I see the depositions here. Well, Mrs. Smith, I am convinced that your son-in-law is telling the truth in this matter.
No, sir, Your Honor, that's all I've been doing. I've been blabbing out the truth, every word of it.
It is the purpose of the Domestic Relations Court to maintain the family unit whenever possible. So I hereby rule that in all domestic arguments between George Stevens and his wife Sapphire, you, Mrs. Smith, are to refrain from all interference.
Ain't he the sweetest judge?
It is also the ruling of this court that should any questions arise between husband and wife, you, Mrs. Smith, are ordered to remain silent at all times. Silent at all times. That is all. Thank you, Your Honor. Come along, Mrs. Smith.
Well, Kingfish, we finally got your mother-in-law's mouth closed. That's the biggest job since they filled in the Gowanus Canal.
Mother-in-law, it's 6:30. Has you started breakfast yet?
Yes, George.
Now, I want you to clean up the bedroom and scrub the kitchen.
Yes, George. I'll get right at it.
Come back here. I ain't finished talking to you yet. Never turn your back on me while I'm speaking to you. I'll haul you right back in the court, you mess with me, boy.
I'm sorry, George.
And now another thing, mother-in-law dear. Now that the judge has ordered you to keep that big mouth of yours shut, out of the very goodness of my heart, I was going to show you what I was doing coming in the other morning on the fire escape just to show you how wrong you was.
What are you talking about?
Well, now look here. You stay here in the living room and I'm going to show you. Now, first of all, I went out the front door like this. And the door closed behind me and locked. Now you stay inside there, and I'm going to take it step by step and show you. Now I'm going around the alley, and I'm going to climb up the fire escape, and I'm going to show you what happened.
I wonder who that can be. Oh, now, where did George go?
Hello, Mama.
Why, Sapphire, what is you doing here? Well, we didn't expect you back from Chicago for another 2 weeks.
Well, Mama, I got worried about that phone call. You saying George was chasing after some woman, so I decided to come back and get to the bottom of it. Where is George, anyhow?
Well, Sapphire, you see... Oh, there he is, coming in the fire escape there.
Oh, hello there, Sapphire. I didn't expect you so soon.
I'll say you didn't. What is you doing sneaking in this house at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Well, mother-in-law, dear, tell Sapphire what I was doing. Mama, explain it to her.
It is the ruling of the court in disputes between husband and wife. The mother-in-law will remain silent.
Now, once more, here's your Rexall family druggist.
There is an easy, safe, and convenient way to get more complete protection against vitamin deficiency. Take Rexall Plenamins. Yes, just 2 Plenamon capsules a day give you 10 essential vitamins, including vitamin B12, plus the nutritional extras of liver concentrate and iron. What's more, Plenamins cost you only pennies a day. Ask for Plenamins, 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 at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to visit your friendly Rexall drugstore. Good night.
See you next Sunday.
Hiya, beautiful.
Get lost, Bristlepuss. You need a shave.
But I have shaved. What else can I do?
Silly boy, you can go Stag.
Go Stag? Why?
Because Stag is Rexall's exclusive line of men's good grooming aids, like Stag Brushless Shave Cream. No fuss, no massage, just smooth it on and presto, you get a clean, close, face-happy shave. Join the Stag line at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
Yes, to make girls care. Go Stag.
Be sure to be with us next Sunday at the same time when your Rexall druggist will again present the Amos and Andy Show. The Amos and Andy Show is written by Joe Connolly, Bob Mosier, and Bob Ross. Stay tuned for the Edgar Berg and Charlie McCarthy program, which follows immediately over most of these stations. Ken Niles speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
As it aired 7:30 Sunday night, April 22nd, 1951, The Amos and Andy Show on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. 90 minutes before that show started, going on over NBC, was their big extravaganza, The Big Show. A good show, but the ratings were horrible. Why? Because it was going up against CBS's blockbusters, including Our Miss Brooks and Jack Benny. But it was a good show. We'll hear from The Big Show and Tallulah Bankhead and crew next.
There is a defense against radioactive fallout. During enemy attack, get to a shelter immediately. Stay there until local officials advise you it's safe to leave. Be prepared.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back 75 years Sunday, April 22nd, 1951, Tallulah Bankhead and The Big Show, an all-star cast.
You're about to be entertained by some of the biggest names in show business. For the next hour and 30 minutes, this program will present in person such bright stars as
Fred Allen,
Joan Davis, Portland Hoffa, Judy Holiday,
Dennis King,
Lisa Kirk,
Herb Schreiner,
Fran Warren,
Meredith Wilson,
and my name, darlings, is Tallulah Bankhead.
The National Broadcasting Company presents The Big Show.
So listen, America, the curtains of America, we're going to fill your parlor full of stars.
The Big Show, 90 minutes with the most scintillating personalities in the entertainment world. Brought to you this Sunday and every Sunday at this same time as the Sunday feature of NBC's All-Star Festival. And here is your hostess, the glamorous, unpredictable Tallulah Bankhead.
Well, darlings, I made it. Didn't think I would, you know. This was virus X week. Not too severe a case. My temperature was perfectly normal, 110. But those ghastly medicines they gave me, well, not so much the medicine, the water they made me swallow with it. Wonder drugs. It's a wonder I drugged myself out of bed this morning. Well, this virus thing leaves you so weakened. When the doctor turned on that little spotlight to look into my throat, I was so weak I could hardly take a bow. But I thought I played the whole scene rather well. Some of my friends from the theater who came to visit me applauded spontaneously when I had a coughing spasm. But wouldn't you know that one of my very best actress friends tried to steal the scene from me? What a conniving thing to do. In the middle of one of my most dramatic coughs, she has a baby. But oh well, being ill has its brighter side too. Friends come with little gifts for you.
I brung you something, Tallulah.
Oh, thank you, Joan Davis.
Here's a tin of chocolates.
Oh, you're so sweet, Joan. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You'll find they're gentle and fast-acting.
Joan, please. Now, let's take it easy. I'm not feeling my best yet. My throat's still somewhat hoarse.
Really? How can you tell?
It always happens. When I tell people I have laryngitis, I get no sympathy at all.
Well, I've been sick myself since I came here from Hollywood.
Oh, I am sorry, darling. I wish you'd have told me. My doctor's just marvelous.
Oh, I had a doctor. He's a theatrical doctor. Charges $4.80 a visit.
That's with amusement tax, of course.
Yes, and you know, I just had a wonderful nurse. He bathed my brow, catered to my every wish, held my hand. What a wonderful nurse. Sure hated to see him go.
Well, you don't sound as if you were very sick, Joe. Now, my blood pressure reached a high of 42.
42? You think that's something? With my blood pressure at its highest, I owe him 13 points. And not only that, Tallulah, just think, I have neuritis in every one of my 10 fingers.
Really? Well, I have neuritis in 9 fingers, and in my 10th finger I have bursitis. And besides that, I have a cough I can feel way down in my lungs.
Lungs? Who's got lungs? And here's something else. Did you know I have a silver plate in my head?
I have service for 6. Stop that.
5 years ago, I died.
Well, I died 10 years ago.
Yeah, I saw you in lifeboat. And not only that, but that bit you were doing before about one of your friends stealing your coughing scene by having a baby. Well, I had a cold once in Kansas City, and one of my visiting friends deliberately had twins.
Well, 2 years ago, when I had my appendix removed, a girlfriend came to see me in the hospital and had triplets.
Yeah? 8 years ago, when I was making a picture in Hollywood, I tripped and broke my ankle, and the director's wife had to take that very minute to have quadruplets.
17 years ago, when I was touring one of my plays in Canada, a woman by the name of Papa Dion.
I pass. I can't beat 5 of a kind.
Is this a private clinic or can anyone get in?
Lisa Kirk, darling. Oh, Lisa, we were just standing here comparing ailments. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm in good shape.
Yes, I see. But how do you feel?
I'm fine.
Oh, Lisa, you know Joan Davis, don't you?
Sure. Hello, Joan.
Hello. Gee, I saw you in that Cole Porter show, Kiss Me, Kate, and you introduced that big hit song, I'm Always True to You, Darling, after an old-fashioned.
Lisa, I don't think you know it, but I was quite ill this past week.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tallulah.
Just listen to this.
Bravo! Oh, that was beautiful, Tallulah. Simply beautiful.
Oh, thank you, my dear. And now for an encore.
No, for an encore, I will now run my temperature up to 110.
A measly 110. Where I come from, that's for newborn babies.
Newborn babies. That's an idea. Ladies and gentlemen, for an encore.
Not here, you won't. Oh, Lisa, how about your song?
Well, dear, I feel a song coming on.
As delirious a song cue as I've ever heard. Lisa Kirk singing, I Feel a Song Coming On. Meredith Wilson, how about some music, if you please?
I remember my days of solitude when it was folly to dream, when my heartbeat was not requiring a great inspiring theme. But today my dark cloud is breaking. Music deep inside me is waiting. I feel a song coming on, and the morning, it's the victorious, happy and glorious music. I feel a song coming on. It's a melody full of the laughter of children out after the rain. You'll hear a tuneful story ringing through ya, love and glory, hallelujah. And now that my troubles are gone, let those heavenly drums go on drumming, 'cause I feel a song coming on. I feel a wonderful song coming on. I feel a song coming on.
It's a victorious, happy and glorious music.
I feel the breaking of dawn. I feel a song coming on.
Full of the laughter of children out after the rain.
You'll hear a tuneful story that is ringing right through ya. Love and glory, shout hallelujah! And now that my troubles are gone, let those heavenly drums go on drumming, 'cause I feel a song. I feel a song, a beautiful song. I feel a song coming on.
Lisa, darling, thank you very much. Your song made me feel much better. I think I'm ready to face life again.
Tallulah, can you face me for a moment?
I said life, but I'll settle for you, Fred Allen.
Tallulah, I'm certainly glad to hear you're feeling, if you'll pardon the expression, your old self again.
I am a little better, Fred, but I feel a cold all the time.
Oh, feeling cold is nothing. Without your glasses, instead of a closet, you must have stepped into a Frigidaire during the evening or something. But tell me, Tallulah, did the doctor give you any shots of penicillin?
Yeah.
The new ballpoint penicillin, have you heard of that?
Well, I don't know why, Fred, but he gave me 5 shots a day for a whole week.
Well, that's the way to get to the seat of your trouble. You know, I have had a lot of dealings with doctors. I remember when I was touring in vaudeville. May it rest in peace. It keeps coming to life on television, though. You can't. The dance acts are beating it down with their canes again. Well, when I was touring in vaudeville, I was playing a split week in Walla Walla. 3 days in each wallah. And I developed berry. A berry in each wallah, incidentally. And that was 20 years ago. Well, I went to a doctor there in Walla Walla. He came out with a divining rod and found water on my knees. And he gave me... That's all they had, a divining rod and a bonfire. An old cannibal doctor had a bonfire in the office going. Well, this doctor gave me 6 months to live.
Well, you certainly fooled him, didn't you, Fred, and me, too?
Well, there are two schools of thought on that, Tallulah. Last evening, a mortician beckoned to me from a doorway, but I passed him by. Every doctor I go to these days tells me that I ought to lose a little weight around the hips. So he starts by slimming down my wallet. You know how it is when you go to a doctor, he feels your purse right away. Well, I have a doctor now. Every time I go to him, he gives me another prescription.
Well, what are the prescriptions good for, Fred?
Oh, they're good for the doctor. My ulcer sent his oldest son through Harvard. My high blood pressure married off his daughter at the Waldorf. And my sacroiliac sent his wife to Florida. And now, frankly, Tallulah, I am a little worried about my liver.
Why, Fred, has it been bothering you?
Well, not yet. But the other day, I saw my doctor's wife at Bergdorf Goodman's browsing through the mink coat rack. And I do hope that she finds a short jacket she likes. Because if she doesn't, I am in for an operation.
Well, in spite of everything you say, Fred, I don't think I've ever seen you looking better. What have you been doing lately?
Well, I'm out in the air a lot, running from doctor to doctor, you know. Well, things have been picking up for me, though. As you probably know, I was in radio for 17 years until a quiz show knocked me off. And I accumulated thousands of scripts. And last week, through a stroke of good fortune, I received a very important offer for my old radio script.
Oh, that's wonderful, Fred. Does that mean you're coming back to radio?
Oh, no. This is a private enterprise. I am selling confetti to small towns who have no celebrities returning. These small towns can have the band play and throw the confetti around the streets, and that way they can have a big day, and they don't even need a celebrity, you see.
What a way to treat those wonderful jokes in your scripts,
yeah.
Fred. All those scripts torn into shreds, scattered over the streets, picked up by the sanitation department, bales sold as waste, ground into pulp, and converted into paper to make into newspapers and magazines.
Well, that completes the cycle, because that's where I got the jokes in the first place. So that's...
Well, some things on the printed page last forever, especially if it's written by George Bernard Shaw, one of the great wits of our time. Shaw wrote some of the most brilliant satirical comedy we have ever heard in the theater. This past week, I was going through one of my old theater programs and ran across one of the most brilliant scenes Shaw ever wrote. It's in a play called The Devil's Disciple. We cabled to London for permission to do an excerpt from this fine satirical comedy, and we were fortunate to have secured the services of one of America's and England's finest actors, whose portrayal of General Burgoyne made that evening in the theater so memorable for me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dennis King. The scene, New Hampshire. The time, 1777. During the Revolutionary War. The play, The Devil's Disciple, which title refers to young Richard Dudgeon, American, known as the Devil's Disciple because of his lively disrespect for certain Puritan observances. In the play, Richard Dudgeon has been arrested by the British, mistaken for a Yankee Presbyterian minister, one Anthony Anderson, whom the British would hang as an example to rebellious colonists. As a matter of principle, however, Richard does not attempt to save himself by revealing that he is not Anderson. As our scene opens, the redcoats prepare to bring Richard Dudgeon to trial. Here we meet General John Burgoyne, whom Shaw describes as aged 55 and very well preserved, a man of fashion, gallant, witty, and aristocratically connected enough to have had opportunities of high military distinction. Here is Dennis King in his famous role of General Burgoyne.
General, sir.
Major Swindon, I presume?
Yes. General Burgoyne, if I mistake not, I'm glad to have the support of your presence this morning. It is not a particularly lively business hanging this poor devil of a minister.
No, sir, it is not. It's making too much of the fellow to execute him. What more could you have done if he'd been an Episcopalian? Martyrdom, sir, is what these people like. It is the only way in which a man can become famous without ability. However, you have committed us to hanging him, and the sooner he's hanged, the better.
We've arranged it for 12 o'clock. Nothing remains to be done except to try him.
Nothing except to save our own necks, perhaps. Have you heard the news from Springtown?
Nothing special, sir. The latest reports are satisfactory.
Satisfactory, sir, satisfactory. Well, I'm glad you take that view of them.
Do I understand that in your opinion...
I do not express my opinion. I never stoop to that habit of profane language which, unfortunately, coartens our profession. If I did, sir, perhaps I should be able to express my opinion of the news from Springtown. The news which you have apparently not heard. How soon do you get news from your supports here? In the course of a month, eh?
I suppose the reports have been taken to you, sir, instead of to me. Is there anything serious?
Well, Springtown's in the hands of the rebels.
Since yesterday?
Since 2 o'clock this morning. Perhaps we shall be in their hands before 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Have you thought of that?
As to that, General, the British soldier will give a good account of himself.
And therefore, I suppose, sir, the British officer need not know his business. The British soldier will get him out of all his blunders with a bayonet. In future, sir, I must ask you to be a little less generous with the blood of your men and a little more generous with your own brains.
I'm sorry, sir, I cannot pretend to your intellectual eminence. I can only do my best and rely on the devotion of my countrymen.
May I ask, are you writing a melodrama, Major Swindon?
No, sir.
Oh, what a pity, what a pity. Do you at all realize, sir, that we have nothing standing between us and our destruction but our own bluff and the sheepishness of these colonists? They are men of the same English stock as ourselves. 6 to 1 of us. 6 to 1, sir. And nearly half our troops are Hessians, Brunswickers, German dragoons, and Indians with scalping knives. These are the countrymen upon whose devotion you rely. Suppose the colonists find a leader. Suppose the news from Springtown should turn out to mean that they have already found a leader. What should we do then, eh?
Our duty, sir, I presume.
Quite so, quite so. Well, thank you, Major Swindon, thank you. Well, now you settle the question, sir. Thrown a flood of light on the situation. What a comfort to me to feel that I have at my side so devoted and able an officer to support me in this emergency. I think, sir, it will probably relieve both our feelings if you proceed to hang this dissenter without further delay, especially as I am debarred by my principles from the customary military vent for my feelings. Bring your man in.
Yes, sir.
And mention to any officer you may meet that the court cannot wait any longer for him.
The staff is perfectly ready, sir. They've been waiting your convenience for fully half an hour. Perfectly ready, sir.
So am I. Ah, good morning, gentlemen, good morning. Sorry to disturb you, I'm sure. It's very good of you to spare us a few moments.
Will you preside, sir?
Oh, no, sir. I feel my own deficiencies too keenly to presume so far. If you'll kindly allow me, I will sit at the feet of Gamaliel.
As you please, sir. I'm only trying to do my duty under excessively trying circumstances.
Who is that woman?
Prisoner's wife, sir. She begged me to allow her to be present, and I thought
You thought it would be a pleasure for her. Quite so. Give the lady a chair and make her thoroughly comfortable.
Your name, sir?
Come, you don't mean to say you've brought me here without knowing who I am.
As a matter of form, sir, give me your name.
As a matter of form, then, my name is Anthony Anderson, Presbyterian minister in this town.
Indeed. Pray, Mr. Anderson, what do you gentlemen believe?
I shall be happy to explain. If time is allowed me, I cannot undertake to complete your conversion in less than a fortnight.
We are not here to discuss your view.
Oh, I stand rebuke.
Oh, not you,
I
sir.
beg your pardon. Oh, don't mention it. Don't mention it, Major Swindon. Oh, Mr. Anderson, any political views?
I understand. That's just what we're here to find out.
Do you mean to deny that you are a rebel?
I am an American, sir.
What do you expect me to think of that speech, Mr. Anderson?
I never expect a soldier to think, sir.
Oh, that's awfully good. I advise you not to be insolent, sir.
You can't help yourself, General. When you make up your mind to hang a man, you put yourself at a disadvantage with him. Why should I be civil to you? I may as well be hanged for a sheep as a lamb.
You have no right to assume that the court has made up its mind without a fair trial. And you're please not address me as General. I am Major Swindon.
1,000 pardons. I thought I had the honor of addressing Gentlemanly Johnny.
I believe I am Gentlemanly Johnny, sir, at your service. My more intimate friends call me General Burgoyne. You will understand, sir, I hope, since you seem to be a gentleman and a man of some spirit, in spite of your calling, that if we should have the misfortune to hang you, we shall do so as a mere matter of political necessity and military duty without any personal ill feeling.
Oh, quite so. That makes all the difference in the world, of course.
Oh, believe me, sir, you are placing us under the greatest obligation by taking this very disagreeable business so thoroughly in the spirit of a gentleman. Sergeant, give Mr. Anderson a chair. Now, Major Swindon, we're waiting for you.
You are aware, I presume, Mr. Anderson, of your obligations as a subject of His Majesty King George III.
I am aware, sir, that His Majesty King George III is about to hang me because I object to Lord North's robbing me.
That is a treasonable speech, sir.
Yes, I mean it to be.
Mr. Anderson, don't you think that this is rather, well, if you'll excuse the word, a vulgar line to take? Now, why should you cry out robbery because of a stamp duty and a tea duty and so forth? After all, it is the essence of your position as a gentleman that you pay with a good grace.
It is not the money, General, but to be swindled by a pig-headed lunatic like King George.
Silence!
Of course, that is another point of view, isn't it? Yes, well, my position does not allow of my going into that, except in private. But, of course, Mr. Anderson, if you're determined to be hanged, there's nothing more to be said. An unusual taste. However...
Shall we call witnesses?
What need is there of witnesses? The townspeople here had listened to me, you'd have found the streets barricaded. The houses loopholed and the people in arms to hold the town against you to the last man. You arrived, unfortunately, before we'd got out of the talking stage, and then it was too late.
Well, sir, we shall teach you and your townspeople a lesson they'll not forget. Have you anything more to say?
I think you might have the decency to treat me as a prisoner of war and shoot me like a man instead of hanging me like a dog.
Now there, Mr. Anderson, you talk like a civilian, if you'll excuse my saying so. Have you any idea the average marksmanship of the army of His Majesty King George III? Now, if we make you up a firing party, what will happen? Half of them will miss you. The rest will make a mess of the business and leave you to the provost marshal's pistol. Whereas, Mr. Anderson, we can hang you in a perfectly workmanlike and agreeable manner. Oh, Mr. Anderson, let me persuade you to be hanged.
Thank you, General. That view of the case did not occur to me before. To oblige you, I withdraw my objection to the rope. Hang me by all means.
Yes, will 12 o'clock suit you, Mr. Anderson?
I shall be at your disposal then, General.
You have my greatest admiration, sir. Well, nothing more to be said, gentlemen.
What a brilliant performance. Thanks first, you fine supporting players, Martin Blaine and Horace Braham. And as for you, Dennis King, come over here, darling. I want to say hello.
Hello, Tallulah.
Dennis, may I say there isn't another actor in the theater today that we could have got to play that part as...
Yes, Tallulah?
As cheaply as we got you.
Well, thank you, Tallulah, thank you. And you'll pardon me pointing this out, I'm sure. But so far, your writers have given me 3 scintillating, brilliant lines. They are... Hello, Tallulah. Yes, Tallulah. And thank you, Tallulah. Now, do you mind, darling, if I supply a little gem of my own?
Of course you may, darling.
Goodbye, Tallulah.
Oh, no, you don't. Come back here, Dennis. I want to talk to you.
Tallulah, I am not going to stand here and bandy bad jokes with you about your strange singing voice, about your singularly marital status, or about this decadent, expressionless medium called radio for which you have forsaken the theater.
But, Dennis, I haven't...
I will not stand here hemming and hawing over this ghoulish career. you've chosen for yourself as contrasted with a theater which gave you birth and nourished you and molded you into an artist whose colorful character portraits even now hang in the halls of theatrical fame.
But, darling,
I will not hem and haw with these few dismal lines of limp, lackluster lunacies you've handed me to read to amuse these gaping stragglers who've wandered into this radio theater. And for free yet.
Are you quite finished hamming and hawing? What I started to say to you before you began that impersonation of Arthur Treacher...
Oh, no, not him!
I was so taken with your performance a few moments ago, I was trying to invite you to play the summer theaters with me this season in a revival of my play, Private Lives.
Well, I would rather die.
You have been listening to this show, haven't you? And I don't see why you won't play it with me. After all, last year you were in a play as General Burgoyne.
So?
This season you're on Broadway in a play called Billy Budd as Captain Veer.
So?
The way you're being demoted, by this summer you'll be just right for Private Lives.
Ah, she's sweet, isn't she, Bob?
You've been listening too closely. Why won't you play with me, darling?
I beg your pardon?
In Private Lives.
Oh, I thought that
was... Please, try to keep the conversative, intellectual level of this program.
Very well. May I help you down, darling?
Very clever. About as clever as that young man in the play you just did, choosing hanging rather than shooting.
Oh, you would have preferred shooting?
Naturally. It is my fondest hope that when I reach 90, I shall be shot by a jealous wife.
Sing, zoom, zoom, my little heart goes boom when I hear this melody playing. Sing, sing, zoom, zoom, a little simple tune. Who cares what the words may be saying? Sing, sing, zoom, zoom, you hear it once, and soon you'll find that
You have been listening to Meredith Wilson and the Big Show Orchestra and Chorus. I'll take just a moment before we continue to say that this is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The first half hour of the Big Show, which ran for 90 minutes on this evening 75 years ago, April 22nd, 1951, ran from 6 o'clock until 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Coming up next, we'll have the second part of the Big Show and more insanity from the whole crew. Shall we join? Give us just a moment, please.
Government officials suggest that every family store a 2-week emergency food and water supply in case of attack. Choose canned or dried foods that can be eaten without cooking.
Before we get to part 2 of 3 of the Big Show, I should tell you what's coming up this week on Classic Radio Theater. And tomorrow we will have I Was a Communist for the FBI, I Walk Alone, Calling All Cars, Boston Blackie, and Red Rider. On Friday, we'll have The Shadow, Have Gun Will Travel, Gunsmoke, and Frontier Town. Coming up on Saturday, comedies with Charlie McCarthy, George and Gracie, The Great Gildersleeve, and Phil Harris and Alice Faye on the Fitch bandwagon. On Sunday, Jeff Regan Investigator, Dragnet, Big Town, and Mr. District Attorney. On Monday, Mr. First Nighter, the CBS Radio Workshop, and Luke Slaughter of Tombstone and Frontier Gentleman, 2 westerns from 1958. On Tuesday, we will have the Lux Radio Theater production of Wife, Husband, and Friend. Jimmy Durante was his guest, Lucille Ball, and The Great Gildersleeve, starring Willard Waterman. A week from today, we'll have another Big Show and another episode of Amos and Andy. So keep it right here for all sorts of fun on Classic Radio Theater. Right now, back to the Big Show, starring Tallulah Bankhead, 75 years ago, April 22nd, 1951.
The Big Show. This is the National Broadcasting Company's Sunday extravaganza with the most scintillating personalities in show business. The Big Show, the Sunday night feature of NBC's All-Star Festival, is brought to you by RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television. By Chesterfield, the only cigarette that gives you mildness, plus no unpleasant aftertaste. The cigarette that brings you Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. And by the makers of Anacin, for fast relief from the pain of headache, neuritis, and neuralgia. The big stars in this program are Fred Allen, Joan Davis, Portland Hoffa, Judy Holiday, Dennis King, Lisa Kirk, Herb Schreiner, Fran Warren, Meredith Wilson and his Big Show Orchestra and Chorus. And every week, your hostess, the glamorous, unpredictable Tallulah Bankhead.
Well, darlings, this is our 25th Big Show. And there are 2 more to go before we start a new season in the fall. And don't think I'm not looking forward to that summer vacation. I haven't quite made up my mind yet where I'm going. Several people have written in suggesting where I could go. But in the summer, I prefer someplace cooler. I'd like to go to a quiet place where, well, nobody's running after me for autographs, no photographers, no reporters, someplace nobody knows me. Sounds like CBS. Well, I haven't picked the spot yet, but I've made up my mind to go away somewhere.
You going alone, Tallulah?
Yes, I am, Judy Holiday.
So you're still single, huh?
Judy, darling, this has been a very bad week for me. I was sick in bed and running a temperature, and the only reason the doctor let me out today is because I had to do this show. And I promised my doctor I wouldn't allow myself to get excited or aggravated. So, Judy, will you please lay off the single stuff so I can follow my doctor's orders?
I'm sorry, Tallulah.
That's better.
Is the doctor single?
Oh, Judy.
I'm only trying to look out for your interests.
Well, please don't. I'm quite happy the way I am. All I need is a little rest and a change of scene. That's why I'm planning a boat trip this summer. I may go to England.
A nice Englishman is nice.
I might go to France.
The Frenchman would be nice.
I might even go to Tangiers.
Tallulah, you gonna marry a tangerine?
Judy, I am not taking a boat trip to get married. I'm just going for a change.
Well, wouldn't that be a change? Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody to walk the deck with you and stand by the rail and hold your hand?
I don't expect to do much deck walking. I'll probably be violently ill the whole way over.
All right, so we'll stand by the rail and hold your head. And you know what, Tallulah? I got just the fella for you.
I'm sure you have. And you've probably got the wedding date set and everything. It doesn't matter if I love him or not.
So what if you don't love him? Just don't hate him. He's very nice. He's 5'1" tall.
5'1", really, Judy?
So he'll grow on you. I'll arrange for you to meet him. He lives in Brooklyn.
Naturally. I wouldn't even know how to get to Brooklyn.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Or maybe your idea is better, too. Getting a European husband. They're much more romantic. They'll treat you as if you're a girl. All you have to do is tell them.
European men are not for me. American men are the best.
Sure, they're the best. But if American men don't look at you, then European men are the best. Oh, you'll love living over there, Tallulah. Maybe you'll be an Englishman. It'll be so romantic walking along the Thames River.
It's Thames, darling.
Oh, Thames? Thanks. And you and him riding in your big limousine with a chauffeur, and you say, Buckingham Palace, please, Gems.
It's James, darling.
Well, make up your mind.
My mind is made up. I would never leave this country. I love New York. I've lived here practically all my life. Everything I hold near and dear is in New York. The things I'm used to, my dentist, my hairdresser's here.
Oh, your roots are in New York.
They certainly are, so I'll make my ocean trip by myself.
You can get awful lonely on a boat by yourself.
Oh, I don't know. There's always the captain or the first mate.
Well, that's what I say. First mate and then go.
Oh, I get
it. Here's a word from RCA Victor. Last week, the curtain went up on the 75th anniversary of the National Baseball League and the 50th anniversary of the American League. And there's no better way to celebrate than by enjoying at firsthand the thrills and the clean sportsmanship of baseball today. Baseball today, it's the American way. Of course, next best thing to a seat in the stands is a seat in front of a 19-inch RCA Victor television. RCA Victor's new extra powerful picture pickup gives you the best possible reception everywhere. You know, RCA Victor television is most in demand. But here's really important news. RCA Victor 19-inch television is available. It's on display now at dealer stores. So insist on the best. Insist on seeing 19-inch million-proof television by RCA Victor. When you do, you'll agree. Inch for inch, your best buy in television is RCA Victor 19-inch.
And while we're on the subject of RCA, this would be as good a time as any to present our next singing star, Fran Warren. Fran is one of the top recording stars of RCA, and she is going to sing her latest RCA smash record. It just so happens it's a tune which was written by our very own Meredith Willson. It's that bright and gay new spring tune called Here Comes the Springtime. Fran, Meredith, how about getting together on it, darlings?
Here comes the springtime and there goes my heart. All my resistance is falling apart. Sweet evening breeze, go away if you please. Lilacs and smilax unhand me. Fresh morning dew, you are soaking me through with feelings that don't understand me. After the robins, the crickets will start. Holy, highly, hey, here comes the springtime and there goes my heart. Holy, highly, holy, highly, holy, highly, hey. Here comes the springtime and there goes my heart. Holy, highly, hey. All my resistance is falling apart. Holy, highly, hey. Bluebird Brigade, you have sure got me made. Pansies and violets I'm loving. Panama hat, I am flat on the mat. You butterflies gotta quit shining. After the crickets, the bullfrogs and stars. Holy, highly, hey. Here comes the springtime and there goes my heart. Holy, highly, holy, highly, holy, highly, hey. Here comes the springtime and there goes my heart, dear. Open your grab it and run.
Fran, darling, come here. That was beautifully done.
That is a bouncy tune, isn't it, Tallulah?
Yes, and you know who sang it for the first time anywhere?
I thought I did.
You did not. Joan Davis and I happened to have introduced that tune on this very program the minute Meredith finished writing it. Why, the ink wasn't even dry yet.
Oh, yes, I heard it. Messy, wasn't it?
What I don't understand is why nobody asked me to record these tunes. After all, my recording of I'll Be Seeing You is a smash record.
Yes, I smashed mine.
Accidentally, I trust.
Oh, of course it was an accident, Tallulah.
You happen to be walking across your Victrola.
That's right.
Oh, here she is again, Lethal Holiday. Judy, dear, I want you to meet Fran Warren. Fran, Judy Holiday.
Hello. How you do?
Fran is a very good friend of mine, Judy.
Some friend. She's such a good friend of yours. Why she stand so close to you, looking so young and pretty?
Why, thank you very much, Miss Holiday, but I'm not really that pretty.
I don't think so either. But by comparison...
Judy! Fran Warren is one of our most popular singers.
Yeah, I heard it. Here comes the springtime. Big deal. Come on, Meredith. Get your foot. We'll show 'em. Springtime, and there goes my heart. Holy, heartily, hey, all my resistance is falling apart. Holy, heartily, hey. My first fella. He was 5 and I was 5. Between us, we made 10 the hard way. I remember it was in the spring because the fish were running, the brooks were running, his nose. Holy heidely. He was such a cute little fella. He had a top. And he always let me spin it that first spring. And in the winter, he tied a string to the top, made a yo-yo out of it. He was the only 5-year-old kid in the neighborhood with a convertible top. He was such a cute little fella. The next spring, he was 6 and I was 6. Boxcars. We went swimming together that spring. And he asked me what the other part of my bathing suit was for, and I told him. But it wasn't until I was 15 I found out they wasn't earmuffs. 15. What a lovely age. That first pair of high heels, I'll never forget the first day he wore them. He was such a cute, tall fella. And then when we were 17, I'll never forget that spring, he smoked his first cigar. How proudly I wore the band. We was engaged. Totally heidely. When we were 18, he bought his first car, a blue sedan. And that spring we went for a drive and we drove under a low bridge. He was the first kid in the neighborhood with a convertible top. And then came the war. Greetings. Holy heidely. I worked in a shipyard, and how handsome he was in his uniform. And then when it was over, he said we should get married on his GI unemployment insurance. But they turned him down. They said air raid wardens weren't considered veterans. Well, I didn't see him again for a couple of years, until just this spring I run into him again on the street. He was so formal. He tipped his hat. And a heavy gust of wind came along and blew off his toupee. He was still the only fella in the neighborhood with a convertible top. Here comes the springtime, and there goes my heart. Holy heidely, holy heidely, holy heidely,
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are two young men who are always in season, Bing Crosby and Bob Hope.
Bob, do you realize we only have one thing in common?
Hardly enough for a happy marriage, is it? What's that, Bing?
Chesterfields, of course. We both like them, we both sell them.
And we'd better get to selling them now. You know, folks, better tasting Chesterfield is the only cigarette that combines for you mildness with no unpleasant aftertaste.
How do you know they're mild? Well, you just make our mildness test. You buy them, open them up, and enjoy that milder aroma. Then smoke a Chesterfield. You'll know it's milder because it smokes milder.
And Chesterfield leaves no unpleasant aftertaste. That fact has been confirmed by the country's first and only cigarette taste panel. So, always buy Chesterfield.
Let's sum it up musically.
Buy Chesterfield, Chesterfield, the one that proves its case. Yes, Chesterfields are milder, plus no aftertaste.
Oh, ho, open the pack and give 'em a sniff.
Then you'll smoke 'em.
Hey, Tallulah.
Yes, Joan Davis?
You know, Judy and I have been talking about your problem.
Now, look, Joan, don't you start that, too. We were talking about spring. Let's stick to that subject.
Yeah, but I hate spring. All it means to me is spring cleaning. You know, I had a 6-room apartment in Hollywood, and every year comes spring, so one year I cleaned up all the stuff that accumulated and shoved it into the library and locked it up. And the next year, there wasn't any room left in the library, so I shoved it all in the living room and locked it up. And I've been doing it for 5 years. I now have the cutest little one-room apartment you ever saw. The tile is just spotless. Well, that really went down the drain. Never should have taken the plunge.
Well, maybe we'd better get back to the other subjects.
Yeah, it's starting to sink anyway, wasn't it? You know, Judy and I think that there must be something wrong with your technique because you've got everything a man would want.
I have, darling?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You got money, and you got... don't rush me now. I'll think of it. You got... give me time here now.
Well, they say I'm loaded with glamour.
Oh, sure, you're loaded. You got money?
Joan, money isn't everything. There was a proverb I learned when I was a child. Money is the root of all evil. I knew it backwards.
Yes, and evil spelled backwards is live.
Then money, I'll have you know, Joan, this gown cost me $750.
$750? Boy, you should cut down on your gowns. And if you cut your gowns down far enough, you could get yourself a man. Then he'd pay for him, see?
I spend my own money. I spent $13,000 on a mink coat. I bought a house in the country for $49,000. It was on sale. And I just bought a town car for $8,000.
All that money she can spend, but 10 cents to call up a fellow she can't afford.
Judy, I never phone a man.
How you like that, Joe? She never phones a man.
Yeah. A salmon swims all the way upstream to find a mate, and she won't walk across the street to phone a man.
I am not interested in meeting a salmon.
So there are other fish in the sea.
Oh, all right, I give up. How long can I fight this?
Don't fight it, Tallulah. It's bigger than both of us.
All right, Joan. Now, what do you want me to do?
Well, we're going to show you how to call up and make a date with a man.
You're going to show me? Why do I have to do this?
Don't fight it, Tallulah.
What about my ego?
It's bigger than both of us. Look, we'll call up somebody. Anybody. We'll pick a number out of a hat. Stetson 5, 4, 2, 6, and 7, 8. That's a good one. I'll call him. Now, watch the way I handle this, Tallulah. You got to be aggressive. Don't take no for an answer. Watch this.
Hello?
Hello, Fred. This is Joan. What are you doing tonight? Come on over and I'll cook dinner. Roast beef.
No, Joan. I'm sorry, but I'm busy tonight.
Well, how about Saturday night?
No, I can't make it Saturday.
A week from Saturday?
Look, Joan, I am going to be out of town for a couple of months. I won't be back until July 15th.
That's a date. And don't forget it now. I've already got the roast beef in the oven.
You put the roast beef on now for July 15th?
It'll be all right. It's on a low flame. I hope you like it rare.
Look, Joan, I have to read these straight lines, but I don't have to eat your cooking.
Well, then how about taking me to dinner tonight?
I have a dinner date.
Well, how about later and we'll go to a movie?
I'll be busy.
How about a nightclub?
I told you I'm going to be busy.
Well, let me put it this way. How about coming over to my house and we'll neck?
I'll be right over.
You see, Simple? You see, Simple.
I do it another way. Watch me, Tallulah. The thing to do is confuse him. I'll call up the same guy. Watch how I mix him up.
Hello?
Who is this calling, please?
What do you mean, who is this calling? You called me.
Oh, you must have the wrong number. Is this Stetson 5426 and 78?
Yes?
Then you have the right number. Who is this?
This is Fred Allen.
Fred Allen? Hello, Fred. This is Judy Holiday. I was just thinking about you.
Well, just thinking about me, you just called me.
Well, that's how I happen to be thinking about you. Now, about our date for Friday night.
We have a date for Friday night?
Well, okay. It's nice of you to ask. Where will I meet you?
Now, look, Judy, I can't make any dates.
Oh, well, let me put it this way. How about coming over to my house and we'll neck?
That's a date. I'll be right over.
You see, Tallulah, that's the way to do it. Go ahead, try it.
Oh, very well, but I think you two waste too much time. Get to the point.
All right, get to the phone. Hey, for luck, dial with the fourth finger of your left hand.
Dum dum da dum 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 da dum.
Hello?
Oh, hello. This is Tallulah. How about coming over to the house and necking?
I beg your pardon?
Who is this?
This is Mrs. Fred Allen.
You see, that always happens to me.
Every day you hear more and more about an incredibly fast way to relieve the pains of headache, neuritis, and neuralgia. It's Anacin, A-N-A-C-I-N. Now, the reason Anacin is so wonderfully fast-acting and effective is this. Anacin is like a doctor's prescription. That is, Anacin contains not just one, but a combination of medically proven active ingredients in easy-to-take tablet form. Thousands of people have received envelopes containing Anacin tablets from their own dentist or physician, and in this way discovered the incredibly fast relief Anacin brings from pains of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia. So the next time a headache strikes, take Anacin, A-N-A-C-I-N. Anacin in handy boxes of 12 and 30, economical family-size bottles of 50 and 100. Ask for Anacin at any drug counter.
Here is Meredith Wilson with the Big Show Orchestra and Chorus playing John Scott Trotter's lovely new tune, Any Town is Paris When You're Young. Meredith, darling, if you please.
Any town is Paris when you're young. In every sky a lover's moon lives hung. Every love's the one love that you swear you'll never leave. And the gypsy spell of spring is yours to weave. All the world is magic when you're young. Every song's the sweetest ever sung. Every street's a lover's lane where wishing stars are strung. Yes, any town is Paris when you're young. these streets are lovers' lane, where wishing stars are strung. Yes, any town is Paris when you're
Well, darlings, we have more show for you, but we'll take just a moment out here first to let Ed Hurley say.
This portion of the program has been brought to you by RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television. By Chesterfield, the only cigarette that gives you mildness, plus no unpleasant aftertaste. The best cigarette for you to smoke. And by the makers of Anacin for fast relief from the pain of headache, neuritis, and neuralgia. And now, Tallulah, if you'll ring your chime.
Gladly, Ed. This, darlings, is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The biggest issue that they had over at NBC with this show was they couldn't sell it. It was too expensive. But they thought it would be the big thing to bring in all of the people who didn't have televisions but who wanted the big extravaganzas. Well, guess what? It didn't work. Oh, well. We'll hear the conclusion of the big show 75 years ago, April 22nd, 1951. And let's make it clear. It's a great show, just not enough people listen. We'll hear the conclusion of the big show in a moment when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues.
There are two air raid warning signals. A steady blast of 3 to 5 minutes means attack is probable. A wavering tone or series of short blasts means take cover.
Visit us anytime at classicradio.stream. Now the conclusion of the big show 75 years ago, April 22nd, 1951.
This is the Big Show, and Tallulah Bankhead is about to introduce her next guest.
Now, to make the big show a complete ball of fun, here's that long, tall fella with the small-town tales. The homespun Hoosier who just mows it in. Here's Herb Schreiner.
Hello. Well, Miss Bankhead, after that big send-off you just gave me there, I can't hardly wait to hear what I got to say. Actually, I didn't mosey over, though. I tell you the truth, I come in a taxi cab, which is, well, I didn't figure on doing that. I'd never do that. I had to this time, though.
Oh, you were afraid you were going to be late, you mean, huh?
Well, you see, the wind blew my hat into the cab, and before I could get out of there, the meter was up to $50. I figure I'd go along with it. But, this is one place where the taxi meters seem to go faster than the cabs do.
Well, I guess you find it costs quite a bit to do this town.
Well, it's a pretty big town, I'll tell you that. I know what costs so much, mostly, is these tips. I mean, you get, you take over to the hotel where I'm staying. They got a fellow out in front there, the doorman, and he got a kind of a good deal there. He gets between you and something he was going to do anyways, and he charges you for it. He got me this afternoon pretty good. Charged me $25 just to open the door. I wasn't even going out. Wasn't like that around home, I tell you.
Which reminds me, Herb, the last time you were here, you told us some fascinating things about your hometown in Indiana. Are you really from Indiana?
Yep, me and all my folks are from Indiana. Oh, except my grandfather. He was born over in Ohio, but he moved to Indiana as soon as he heard about it.
Well, what town are you from down there? I may have played it when I was on tour sometime.
Well, I don't think so. It's not the kind of town that anybody'd ever stop off in. I mean, unless they got on the wrong road or something, they wouldn't, Well, actually, you see, what they usually do is just roll their windows up and keep going. It's that kind of a town. I doubt if you ever played it, Miss Bankhead. We didn't get any shows. We didn't get plays or operas or, well, actually, we didn't get nothing. But there's enough of it to go around. We all got in on it anyways.
Well, that way I guess nobody felt left out. What do you suppose was holding the town back?
Well, I think the trouble was we didn't have enough get up and go. Actually, you'd get up, and then there wasn't any place to go anyways. So we just kind of lay there.
Oh, I think I'm beginning to get a picture of it. I've been through a lot of those towns. I can see the little four corners, a bank on one corner, a barber shop on the other, a statue in the middle of the square.
It ain't quite that big, I tell you. We didn't have any bank out there. Actually, we didn't need one either. If you would, anybody'd save up any money, they'd use it to get out of town. But, and a barber shop wasn't what you thought it was either. Actually, we had a fellow that run the barber shop. Well, he wasn't even a barber. He was, you'd never know it unless he cut your hair, of course, so a lot of us didn't ever think much about it. He was a chicken farmer. And He'd give you a haircut, all right. He'd dip your head in a bucket of hot water, and then he'd just kind of rip the hair out. Of course, nobody ever said anything about it. He only charged a dime. But, you spoke about the statue. We didn't even have a statue around there. That's the thing that used to make me feel so bad. We had a blank spot right in the center of town there where we was figuring on putting one up. But, not having a statue, you couldn't even keep pigeons around there. It was a mess. So what we thought we'd do, we were going to put a statue up for a local fellow that had gone off and got famous, and then he never came back so we could find out who he was. And the trouble was, he left us sort of hung up there. We'd already bought the cement, and we had piled it up in the center of town. It got to blowing around there in everybody's eyes. So we started cussing him out then. He is, he couldn't come back now if he wanted to. People got so peeved at him there, and I think he went from a hero to a bum. It was just a shame, too. Well, we had the cement. We thought we better do something. We was going to use a local fella. We wanted to get another hero. We was short on them on home. We could have used the one from out of town, but we didn't want to do that. We'd have him coming in there on the bum. So we was going to use this local fella. He was a very heroic fella. He's kind of a part-time hero. He had lots on the he was actually pretty heroic. The only trouble was that he weighed about 300 pounds. He was very heavy set. And we didn't have that much cement. So we didn't know what to do with the thing there. We had already we decided to look for another hero, but this fellow's about the only one we had that could pass for a hero, and he had actually deserved it. I think that you'd probably say, why put that fellow up for a statue? Well, it's a good question, and I'm kind of glad you asked, because I tell you what he did. He had a kind of he was a very nice fellow as far as being a hero. He had done 2 or 3 different things there. He was likable, for one thing. And he was kind of eccentric, too. He was, he was drunk is what he was. I'll tell you what happened was that he would drink, and even though he had drink, he would get likable with it. He was one of these fellas, the more he'd drink, the more likable he'd get. And I never forget this one night, he was so likable he couldn't even stand up, and I never forget it. In fact, that was the night that he did this heroic deed I was about to mention. You see, we had a big fire that night. It was over at the firehouse. I never forget that either. The firehouse had caught fire, and it was kind of a shame. The fireman was giving this big party that night, too. It was a swell party. It was a benefit, and the proceeds was to go for a very worthy cause. I remember that. I think they was going to use the money to buy liquor for the next party. It was, and also they were celebrating this new brass pole. They had just got a brass pole put up in the middle of the firehouse, right there in the center where a fella could, he'd be laying in bed up there, for example. He could jump out of the bed, grab that pole, and slide right down to the card table. And it's possible. So I don't know what happened, but while they was doing the celebrating, this fire got kind of out of hand there, and this fellow made a hero out of himself. He rushed into that burning firehouse and rescued the liquor. And 2 girls that they had pouring for them. And, that put him over. And actually, he got all the credit, and the firemen didn't even get a thank you for their work. It was a shame, and I actually think they deserved an awful lot of credit. If it hadn't been for them, I think the whole thing would have burnt down in about 20 minutes. They kept it going pretty near all night there. It was that made that fellow a hero, and he was never the same after that. He started kind of getting swell-headed there, and he was drinking more and more, of course, and he had already drunk quite a bit, but now he was even buying some. And what he did, he got himself, he quit his job, and he was, I know they named a sheep dip after him, and everything. And I think that made him feel like he had gone to the top of the heap or something. I don't know. He got swell-headed, and he raised a mustache, too. And actually, it looked, we got kind of worried, all of us that knew him. We thought we was a little bit worried for fear he might turn out to be a bum. And his folks was worried, too. So they got him into politics where he wouldn't be noticed. I tell you, you've never seen a more honest politician than that fella. He just seemed to take to that like a duck to the water, and on top of it, he was just as honest as could be, too. He'd, if he'd get bought off, he'd stay bought. He wasn't shifty or anything. Well, he did a couple things. It don't sound like he did anything, but, he got in there, he got to be mayor, and we'd had kind of a little trouble around town there. We had, we wanted a paved highway. We'd been after that for quite a while. He built it, and it was a beautiful road. I got to say that in all credit to him. It run the full length of his property, and I believe... Actually, he did a couple of things. He did one other thing, too. We never got any tourists. Like I was telling Miss Bankhead, nobody ever stopped off there. And he fixed that. He reduced the speed limit to 0, and then he passed a law against backing up. Well, speaking of backing up, I've kind of got myself here to where I've got to back off and kind of simmer down, but I know that kind of gives you an idea what it was like. Ain't that right?
Oh, Claudia, darling, you're simply divine and hilarious. I know the folks you're entertaining at the Copley Plaza in Boston feel the same way. And now Meredith has one of his famous chiffon arrangements ready for us. The number, Reflections in the Water. Meredith, darling, if you please. That was his usual chiffon, and quite divine, darling. And while I'm at it, Meredith, I do want to thank you so very much for that wonderful story you wrote about me in this month's TV Screen magazine.
Oh, Tallulah.
Oh, yes, Fred.
As I sat here dozing through the second act of your modest little charade, I had a bad dream and it involved you. Would you care to hear about it?
Not particularly, no.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm not particularly anxious to tell it, but if I don't, something tells me Phil Harris will come on the air 5 minutes earlier tonight. I think the dream was brought on by something I heard earlier in the show this evening, because Judy and Joan were trying to get you married off. You know that part? I think that's what's prompted the whole thing, because in my dream, you were married to Dennis King.
I'd rather die.
Promises. All evening you've been promising. Well, my dream was like one of those daytime radio serials. As the curtain went up, it was an actor's wedding. You were being married at the little Lowe's Delancey Theater around the corner. You and Dennis were coming down the aisle. Now, there was no choir, and your two bridesmaids, Fran Warren and Lisa Kirk, were singing the wedding march.
Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square.
Do you, Dennis King, take this woman to be your awful wedded wife?
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yes, Mr. King, what is it? Oh, yes, of course. I beg your pardon, Mr. King. Do you, Dennis King, star of Billy Budd, now playing at the Biltmore Theater on West 47th Street, matinees Wednesday and Saturday, take this woman to be your awful wedded wife?
To do or not to do? That is the question.
What is the answer?
To do.
And do you, Tallulah Bankhead?
Of course I do. Naturally I do. Why do you think I got all dressed up in these white slacks? I do you hear me? I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Would you mind making that wife and man?
Seeing you in all the old familiar places.
And so Dennis brought Tallulah to their little honeymoon cottage.
Well, here we are, my dear. After you, Tallulah.
Oh, Dennis, are we going to do the threshold scene?
Why, of course. Here we go. Easy does it. That's it. Now you can put me down.
Good heavens, who is this child?
Oh, this is my surprise for you, Tallulah. This is our little girl.
Our little girl?
Yes, I wanted to save you the bother, so I ordered her from room service. Come here, child. Say hello to your mother and father.
Hello, Daddy. Hello, Mommy.
I'm your mommy. He's your daddy.
You're just trying to make me neurotic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to make an announcement at this time. Although Portland is their child, be it known to all creditors, I do not consider either Mr. King or Miss Bankhead my father-in-law or my mother-in-law. Now, back to the plot. We may have something going here bigger than just plain Bill.
How you do?
And who are you?
I'm the governess for the little girl.
Oh, but we wanted a couple, a governess and a chauffeur. Now, if you're the governess, what is your husband?
He's the governor, that's what.
All right, governess, you can put the child to bed now.
Okay, come on, kid.
I don't wanna. I wanna watch television.
Television? How dare you? Take her out and wash her mouth with soap and water.
Honest, I don't know where she picked up that dirty word.
Well, as we look in on Dennis and Tallulah again, it is now 13 weeks later, and they have decided to pick up each other's options for another 13 weeks.
Dennis, darling, this is our very first anniversary. We're having guests for dinner. I've invited Joan Davis and her new husband.
Joan Davis? Oh, no, Tallulah.
But why? Why? Do you know her?
Well, not very well. I think I was married to her once.
I want you to meet, that's you, dear. Hello, Joan.
Oh, Tallulah, how are you? I want you to meet my new husband, Herb Schreiner.
How do you do, Mr. Schreiner?
Hello.
I understand you just got back from your honeymoon, Joan.
Oh, yes, we just came back from Europe on the Normandy.
The Normandy? My dear, the Normandy was destroyed by fire at the pier here in New York several years ago.
Yeah? No wonder the toast was so burned.
How you do? I'm the governess. You want the kid to sing a song now?
Oh, this is our little girl's governess, and she's taught the child a song. I want you to hear it. Oh, yes, bring her in now, Judy.
But first I gotta introduce her. Give the little kid a big hand. No! Sing your song, kid. Sing the song I learned you this morning about the white wings.
At this point, I must interrupt to explain that I have the only banjo in town that can accompany this child's voice. Now, when my banjo starts, ladies and gentlemen, do not let it fool you. It's only a banjo, but it sounds like a symphony orchestra. Listen.
Shoots along on the crest of the sea. Sail home to sweet Maggie Darrow in her dear little home. She is waiting for me. Yo ho, how we go. Oh, how the winds blow. They never grow weary. They carry me cheerily over the sea. Night comes, I long for my dearie. I'll spread out my white wings and sail home to thee.
That kid's really nothing, isn't she?
Tell me, Mr. Schreiner, what business are you in?
Well, originally, that back home in Indiana, that is, I used to be a window trimmer in a feed store.
Feed store? Well, how do you trim a feed store window?
Well, it was kind of an easy job. I just put some clean flypaper in there, and that's about it. Sometimes we wash the cat and put him back in there, too.
Isn't he clever? Then he went to the general store. Tell him, Herb.
Well, that was kind of an easy job, too, actually. I'd go over there on Saturday morning, and I'd kind of dust off the penny candy, you know, and then the fellow that had the store was getting a lot of crackers stole out of the Cracker Barrel, so he got peeved, and he put a snapping turtle in there. So Saturdays, I'd go over there and walk the turtle. Storekeeper was a bug on cleanliness.
Well, what business are you in now?
Well, it's something I've been working on back around home, and, it's a self-service funeral parlor. I don't know, it just never caught on. I don't know if I don't think the town is ready for it.
Oh, they're ready for it. They just don't know it.
Well, that was life at the Mr. and Mrs. Dennis King's. And now we pick them up 13 weeks later, and another option is coming up.
Where were you last night? What time did you get in? Were you out with that Joan Davis, or is it Judy? Why didn't you show up here for dinner? Why do you think I am? What do you think I am? Where were you? Why don't you answer me?
Goodbye, we're through.
And once again, a 13-week option was not picked up because of a quiz show.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the great heart of the American poet Walt Whitman comes an eloquently prideful expression of love for America, an expression which is certainly as timely today as it was many years ago when he wrote it. And thou, America, thy offspring towering e'er so high, yet how are thee above all towering, with victory on thy left and at thy right hand law, thou union holding all, fusing, absorbing, tolerating all. Thee, ever thee I sing. Thou also, thou a world, with all thy wide geographies manifold, different, distant, rounded by thee in one common orbic language, one common indivisible destiny for all. And by the spells which ye vouchsafe to those your ministers in earnest, I here personify and call thy themes to make them pass before ye. Behold, America, and thou, ineffable guest and sister, for thee come trooping up thy waters and thy lands. Behold thy fields and farms, thy far-off woods and mountains, as in procession coming. Behold the sea itself, and on its limitless, heaving breast the ships. See where their white sails bellowing in the wind speckle the green and blue. See the steamers coming and going, steaming in and out of port. See dusky and undulating the long pennants of smoke. Behold in Oregon, far in the north and west, or in Maine, far in the north and east, thy cheerful axemen wielding all day their axes. Behold on the lakes thy pilots at their wheels, thy oarsmen, how the ash rise under those muscular arms. There by the furnace and there by the anvil, behold thy sturdy blacksmiths swinging their sledges. Overhand so steady, overhand they turn and fall with joyous clank like a tumult of laughter. Mark the spirit of invention everywhere, thy rapid patents, thy continual workshops, foundries risen or rising. See from their chimneys how the tall flame fires stream. Mark thy interminable farms, north, south, thy wealthy daughter states, eastern and western, the varied products of Ohio, Pennsylvania, Missouri, Georgia, Texas, and the rest. Thy limitless crops, grass, wheat, sugar, oil, corn, rice, hemp, hops. Thy barns all filled, the endless freight train and the bulging storehouse, the grapes that ripen on thy vines, the apples in the orchards, the incalculable lumber, beef, pork, potatoes, thy coal, thy gold and silver, the inexhaustible iron in thy mines. All thine, O sacred union, ships, farms, shops, barns, factories, mines, city and state, north, south, item, and aggregate. We dedicate, dread mother, all to thee. Protectress absolute, thou, bulwark of all. For well we know that while thou givest each and all, generous as God, without thee neither all nor each, nor land, home, nor ship, nor mine, nor any here this day secure, nor aught, nor any day secure. That's our show for this week, and next week we'll have Milton Berle, Rosemary Clooney, Jimmy Durante, Frank Lovejoy, Gordon McRae, Ethel Merman, and others, and of course our very own Meredith Wilson and the Big Show Orchestra and Chorus. Until then, may the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. Judy?
May you find that long-awaited golden day today. Joan
May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. Lisa? May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. Portland? May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. Herb?
There'll be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Dennis?
Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows. Never mind what might have been.
Fred? May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. Fran?
May you long recall each rainbow, then you'll soon forget the rain. May the warm and tender memories be the ones that will remain.
Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrow. Never mind what might have been.
May the good Lord bless and keep you until we meet again.
May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again.
Good night, darlings, and Godspeed to our armed forces all over the world who hear these broadcasts each week.
Coming up, Phil Harris and Alice Faye Show. Hear it on NBC.
75 years ago, April 22nd, 1951, The Big Show on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. In just a moment, we'll check in on David and Claudia.
Every family should have a home shelter area. Every family should stock that shelter area with a 2-week supply of food and water. Prepare now to survive disaster.
And we have links at the bottom of the show notes to check it out on how you can build a home shelter for yourself. Now let's wrap it up with an episode of Claudia, 78 years ago, April 22nd, 1948.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia, based on the famous play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you, transcribed Monday through Friday by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself. Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
This is where the Nortons live.
David and Claudia Norton?
The very same. Don't you think they have a nice house?
No better than a lot of other houses.
I think it's a lot better. And it's going to be a lot better yet.
Well, everything looks nicer at this time of day, that's all.
I can't see why everything looks nicer just because the sun's going down.
Oh, there's just enough light to see the good points without noticing the imperfections. Same color light they use in restaurants and nightclubs.
Since when do you know so much about nightclubs?
Oh, I used to go all the time when I lived in the city.
Fancy that. You really don't know a person until you start living with him in the country, I guess.
I used to sow just wild oats, and now I'm sowing country oats.
Oats, too bad. What do you know about that?
Still, some change is bound to turn up pretty soon.
Oh, that is the worst yet. Darling, let's not go into the house for a minute. It's too beautiful outside.
I believe this is called the Gloaming.
I always thought the Gloaming was a place.
You did not.
Yes, I did, a long time ago.
Convenient of the sun to set right behind our hill, isn't it? Nice to know it's there.
I'm surprised Jared Tucker let us keep it when he sold us the house.
He wouldn't have if he'd had a chance not to.
I guess not. What'd you do in the city today? How was it? How's Roger? Did you have the best bit on the school job?
Oh, everything's fine. What'd you do today?
Oh, I didn't do anything.
I know that, but besides doing nothing, what else did you do?
Well, let's see. I had breakfast.
That's novel.
Then I drove my husband to the station.
You drove your husband to the station.
Exactly.
My, what a good memory you have. As a matter of fact, I drove you to the station.
And then Mama and I went shopping.
That sounds ominous. What did you shop?
We shopped dinner. And liver for the cat. And a bone for Bluff. And those little screw things you hang cups on.
Did you put them up?
Well, I didn't want my husband to have anything to do when he gets home.
Oh, that would be terrible.
It would be terrible.
I might be reduced to reading a book.
That's another thing we shopped.
A book?
Yep.
You bought a book?
Mm-hmm. And we got material for the kitchen curtains, and Mama's starting to sew it already.
I didn't ask
And-
what's Mama doing. What did you do?
Nothing much. I called Dr. Rowland in New York.
Is something wrong? Are you all right?
I'm fine. Dr. Rowland said I'm a perfect example of the normal woman.
The normal woman will never be able to show her face again. What else did he say?
He said I should call him next week, and the week after I should come in to see him.
You sure that's all he said?
And he said that if there were more women like me, there would be fewer doctors. Proud of me?
Busting. Aren't you hungry?
Oh, David, don't let's go in yet. There's something I want to show you.
What now?
You see, David, I can't just sit here in the country all day and not do anything.
Not do anything. By just the list of things you reeled off. You did a lot more than I did today.
I mean, not really do anything. David, I read a book.
The same book you bought or a different one?
The same one I bought.
Oh.
That's why I bought it.
Oh.
It's about farming.
Well,
Well,
did you learn anything you didn't know?
David, the book tells you exactly how to run a little farm. And that's what I'm going to do while you're in the city every day.
Well, that's going to take up your mornings, but what are you going to do all afternoon? Read more books?
You'd be surprised how interesting it sounds.
Easy, too, I suppose. Those
Well-
books always make it sound so easy.
No, this one didn't. It made it sound hard.
Really?
And that's why I'm only going to do half of what the book says.
Well, which half are you going to do, the sowing or the reaping?
Oh, I know what that means now. You can't fool me a minute.
I thought I was going to do the farming around here.
You're going to do the cows, but Mom and I are going to do the farming.
Oh, I see.
You see, you can't call cows farming, the book says.
This book you read certainly knows where it stands, doesn't it?
David, how do you know?
How do I know what?
Stands, that's just what the book's about. Mama and I are going to run a roadside stand.
Oh, you are, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And you have your road all picked out, I suppose.
No, not the road, but the crop. I know exactly what we're going to plant.
What? Lilies of the valley?
Asparagus.
Why asparagus? Just because you learned how to spell it, I suppose.
No, because asparagus, you can make $500 an acre, the book says. David, I'm not being silly.
Nobody said you were.
Well, you have that look. Anyway, we're going to have a hired man to take care of the cows, and he can do the heavy work.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mom and I can spray the bugs and spread the fertilizer and cut off the asparagus.
Mm-hmm.
David, did you know they cut off the asparagus when it comes up and then it just keeps right on coming?
That's some book you read.
And then Mama can sit in the stand and sell the asparagus.
What does Mama have to say about that?
That's just it. I haven't dared tell her.
Don't you think you'd better?
I can't.
Why not?
Well, Mama doesn't like asparagus.
Then I think she would be happy to sell it to somebody else.
I have the spot picked out where I think we can raise it, and that's why I didn't want to go into the house.
You want to look at it now?
Well, I think it's better to see it before it gets dark, don't you?
I guess you're right there. I'm getting pretty hungry, though.
Well, we're having lamb chops for dinner. Mama just put them in so they wouldn't be ready anyway. Come on, it's so lovely out.
Madame, your invitation for a promenade in the Gloaming is duly received, noted, and accepted. Let's go. It's a little chilly. You're sure you're not cold, darling?
Oh, this coat is lots warmer than it looks.
It better be.
That must be the Abbott's police dog.
It's bad enough you listen in on their telephone conversations. Now you're going to start eavesdropping on their dogs.
I love the sound of things far off in the country, don't you?
The country's beginning to get you a little, isn't it?
It'll get me even more when we have asparagus. Now, I want you to see just what I planned.
How much are you going to plant?
Half an acre. Oh, the book says a whole acre, but I think I'll start on a small scale so it won't be too much work.
Mm-hmm. I think if you're going to plant them, 1 acre isn't going to be a great deal more work than a half acre.
Isn't it?
No. It's all the work of getting the ground ready. You know, this farm business hasn't been planted on in years.
Oh, I know. But you see, I have that all figured out. It's very, very simple when you know how.
Do tell.
You see this field here, this one off there. This is just right, David. I know it's just right.
How do you know it's right?
Well, it looks just like the picture in the book with the brook down there.
Say, that brook's really noisy now, isn't it?
Do you know what those funny little green plants are? See, way down where it's wet there?
Skunk cabbage.
How'd you find that out? David, are you sure you haven't read that book?
No, I hate to disillusion you, but there's plenty of skunk cabbage in Central Park in New York in the spring.
Well, I didn't know that. How do you know all these things?
Oh, in my wide experience in the world, I have made it my business to collect such miscellaneous, fascinating, entertaining, and useless information as possible.
I think it's a jip that there's skunk cabbage in New York, don't you?
You think it's unfair for anything anywhere else to be like our farm, is that it?
I don't think anything can really be like our farm.
There's certainly no other farmer like you.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. I'm going to be just like any other farmer, only better. I'm going to be scientific.
Naturally. You've read a book.
Come along.
Up the slope. Hey, be careful. Don't get your feet wet.
There's a place across the brook here. I found it this afternoon.
Well, if you're going to plant the asparagus here, why do we have to go up the hill?
Will you get a better idea on the hill?
Oh, I see.
You know, the first thing we have to do if we're going to plant asparagus, you know what it is?
Oh, certainly. We have to get a little piece of red ribbon to tie them in bunches.
We have to prepare the land.
How are you going to do that?
Well, I'm going to spend the whole year planting cover crops.
Oh.
And then I'm going to get a disc harrow and plant them all over again.
Amazing.
David, listen now. What do you think is a better cover crop, field peas or domestic ryegrass?
You're 2 cover crops ahead of me already.
And what do you think of the pH factor?
I didn't know we had one.
We don't. That's the whole point. We have to get one right away.
Can we send away for it?
Oh, now, don't be silly. It's a test to see how much acid we have in the soil.
Oh.
You dairy farmers, you don't know much about raising crops, do you?
Well, I guess we dairy farmers have to rely on you crop farmers for instructions.
See how that field looks from up here?
Yeah. Looks beautiful, doesn't it?
It's just the right shape for efficient operation.
I never quite thought of it that way.
Well, cows wouldn't either. But when you're running a tractor...
When you're running a tractor, you mean?
Me?
And when did we get this tractor, anyway?
Now, tractors are really much better than horses, David.
They don't make as nice a noise, anyway.
But the upkeep is so much cheaper.
Let's see. Now, we got as far as the disc harrow.
Didn't I say anything about irrigation and fertilizers?
No, you spared me those.
David, you would be surprised by the number of inefficient farmers in this country. I was just amazed.
Did anything I say give you the impression that I'm not amazed?
What are you amazed about?
I'm amazed about how much you can learn in one afternoon with the right book.
Well, there certainly is. Some people are sentimental about farming. But when I run a farm, it's going to be run properly. And it can be a lot of fun, too.
Of course, we'll have fun. But if you'll excuse me, I think that before we start planting cover crops and buying tractors, we ought to find a hired man.
Oh, we'll find one. And maybe if Mama takes to this the way I have, we won't need one as much as we thought. You know, the book said that all you have to hire is little boys to pick the berries.
What berries?
Well, they come after the asparagus. I think that's what it said.
I think we'd better read that book over again just to be sure they don't come first.
Oh, David.
What are you remembering now?
Darling, look at our house.
It's a handsome house from here, isn't it?
I've never seen it from here just when it's beginning to get dark. Doesn't it look warm and friendly with the lights on?
Knowing that it's yours and mine.
And this is our land. We can do anything we want to it. It's ours.
You like that feeling, don't you?
I do. David, it makes us very important people, doesn't it?
Gives us kind of a trust.
I know. We have to take care of it so that whoever comes after us can feel the same way about it, too.
We have to take care of it because we're us.
Maybe we owe it to the farm to plant more than just asparagus. Maybe strawberries and corn.
Standing here on this hill at dusk like this, you can't even notice all the asparagus that aren't growing.
You can't?
Besides which, there's only one thing we owe to this farm.
What, David?
And that's to be happy here.
Then we don't owe it anything at all, darling. And I never will.
More and more places of business are putting in Coca-Cola coolers so that employees can pause during the day and refresh themselves. You don't need to install a special cooler at home. Just keep a supply of Coca-Cola in the refrigerator. Then you can pause between household tasks and enjoy delicious, refreshing Coke. Stands to reason you'll finish your work with less effort if you work refreshed.
You know, I think Claudia's eyes are a little bit stronger than her hands and her back. What do you think, Joe?
Yes, I don't think she's going to be able to raise that half-acre of asparagus all by herself.
Confidentially, Joe, I don't think she thinks so either. But I'm glad she's gotten so excited about the possibilities.
Never thought your wife would turn into a farm girl, did you, David?
You can't hope for the impossible, but sometimes the impossible happens. For instance, I've given up hoping to find a handyman or a farmer for the place.
As you said, the impossible may happen. Maybe Claudia will find somebody for you tomorrow.
If anybody can find me a farmer, it'll be Claudia. And I'd love to see him. He'll really be something.
Well, keep hoping till tomorrow. I'll see you then.
Goodbye, Joe.
Bye, David. As I was about to say, every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you, transcribed, with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes. And ice-cold Coca-Cola is everywhere. This broadcast of Claudia was supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney.
Yes, all the efficiency of running your own farm. 78 years ago, April 22nd, 1948, Claudia here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll hear another episode tomorrow, along with Dana Andrews and I Was a Communist for the FBI. Calling All Cars from 91 years ago, The Wholesale Murder. Also, Boston Blackie starring Dick Calmer in The Stolen Car Ring. And The Adventures of Red Ryder starring Reed Hadley. And The Devil's Circus. That's all coming up tomorrow. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.